Sudhir, what do you make of the current developments? It's seemingly going down tamely and very beautifully for the Mahayuti. Whatever anyone might have speculated that Eknath Shinde would possibly do an Uddhav in 2019, none of that has happened. It's going down as per plan where the BJP is concerned, very tamely. But when it comes down to power sharing, Sudhir, will you see a difference? Will you see Eknath Shinde then demanding key portfolios, possibly the one that was held by Devendra Fadnavis? Home.
Certainly, Preeti, if Eknath Shinde will withdraw as a chief minister, from the chief minister race, then certainly he will ask the, plump and the creamy portfolios that are like the urban development and the home department and the finance department. I don't know which, portfolio he has asked, but certainly he will insist that, some key portfolio has to be given to him if he is not, considered as the chief minister. But he has not yet withdrawn what I feel, still I feel that. Because if you see, the suspense over the chief minister is still continue. They have not yet finalized the name of the chief minister. And the moreover, the group leader, the BJP has not yet chosen their group leader. Who will be the group leader? That is, moot question. And that is adding the more suspense over the chief minister race. Who will be the, chief minister of Maharashtra? Second thing, what I am also hearing that, that is certain that RSS is pushing very hard that they want to elevation of the Devendra Fadnavis as a chief minister of Maharashtra, because it is his due, and the way he was demoted from the chief minister to the deputy chief minister, so he has to be elevated and honorably, elevated. But on the other hand, the top leadership of the BJP, they have to think in a larger way, in a different context. They are also contemplating the way the OBC has, unitedly voted to the Mahayuti. The Maratha also voted to the Mahayuti. So these voter base should not be also get, antagonized. So they are also seeing some OBC faces, some Maratha faces, whether they can be considered from the long run in the, if you see the state politics, which is dominated by the Marathas and the OBC. So these faces cannot be, we cannot corner them. So these names are also in the consideration. As I said yesterday, the deal, still yet not done. And I'm waiting if there is any suspense over it. Second important thing, the portfolios has been discussed, but what about the face? Who will be the chief minister? That is a moot question still remain. I think, Amit Shah has earlier said, you three guys sit together and make a consensus among one of the leader, and that they have failed to do that because they were not seeing eye to eye here. They were not meeting properly. Now the ball is in the Delhi court.
Well, now the ball is in the Delhi court, but Sudhir, you once again, lent a realm of speculation, because many would have thought that now it's done and dusted, that nobody can deny the claim of Devendra Fadnavis. Rajat Sethi, do you concur with Sudhir, or do you think it's very clear now, because all political indications point to only one possibility, which is Devendra Fadnavis?
Probabilistically, yes. But beyond that, it is anybody's guess till it doesn't, get officially announced. I believe the greater tussle is going to be around ministries, because if you want to have this BJP stamp on the next UT government in Maharashtra, BJP would want to hold on to finance and home, because without these two fundamental departments, it is very hard to control and discipline the whole organization of the government. And I believe, therefore, BJP would really press the pedal on ensuring that these two ministries remain, and they are able to bring in more semblance of thought process, ideology, and all of that through the chief minister's chair and the home and finance. And I believe they would be happy to give urban development to Shinde Sena, and to give rural development and cooperatives and other bunch of ministries to Ajit Pawar's camp. That's how they are going to balance they'll try and...
Raja, that was a bit of a Freudian slip of tongue with Uddhav Sena, but let me also bring in...
There's no Freud here. Freud is not coming to help Uddhav. Don't worry. There's no Freud there.
No, it's just, that's just a small observation there. But Sanjay Jha, to bring you in on this, the way you look at it right now, everything that was said during Lok Sabha has completely turned on, because the chemistry, the arithmetic, everything going on perfectly with the Mahayuti. Even after the mega mandate, there were many who seemed to suggest that there will be issues and Eknath Shinde could turn around and do an Uddhav of 2019. None of that happened, Sanjay Jha. Right now, what seemingly is at play is an alliance which is working beautifully on ground.
Well, Preeti, let me be very honest with you. I do believe the Mahayuti and its supporters will have a celebratory mood. Understandable. But the reality is that this entire Mahayuti coalition is built on the foundations of betrayal, artifice, and mistrust. And as Sudhirji was rightly pointing out, that is inherent to this coalition. You see, the problem that we have sometimes, Preeti, is that we get carried away in this whole euphoria that there is a public mandate and Mahayuti has won. I'm not taking that away. But that does not detract from the intrinsic truth that this alliance has been built by the BJP by breaking the two formidable regional parties of the Shiv Sena and the NCP. Now, here is the problem. And I will put it up front and, we can debate it for weeks on end. Eknath Shinde has been a chief minister. And he is now, according to the speculation, not going to be the chief minister. You see, for a Sainik, and I live in Mumbai and I've seen Sena politics for a long time, which is why I was taken aback as to how Uddhav Thackeray had such a terrible result. But, we can discuss that later. For Shinde to now accept the position of deputy chief minister and to say that I will listen to whatever Modi and Shah say, a lot of people within Mumbai will feel this is Shiv Sena going into a lower level of its political influence. Point number two, and this is equally important, that Shinde rightfully believes that he was the chief minister who led the campaign. And the BJP at no point during the campaign said that we will be chief minister. In fact, they toed the line that we are fighting under the leadership of Shinde. So if Shinde was instrumental in the victory with the Ladli Behna scheme and so on and so forth, is he going to sustain this secondary position to the BJP? Most unlikely.
But Sanjay Jha, I'll bring in Sudhir Suryavanshi in on this. Because whatever happened now is history on breaking up political parties, because ultimately the true, mandate was given by the people. In the people's court, they've decided who is the true Shiv Sena or the real NCP. We can keep debating on it ad nauseum. And, Sanjay, on the other hand, many would also say, where the Shiv Sainiks are concerned, that the true betrayal happened at the time when Uddhav Thackeray changed his ideology and aligned with a segment which the core Sainik didn't see feasible. Because that, many would also say, reflected in the results this time. But all of that aside, but yeah, go ahead. I want to bring in Sudhir as well. And let him take these questions. Sudhir, do you concur with what Sanjay is saying? Because all of that should now be decided, because what you see is a mandate which is very clearly delivered by the people on either counts.
Absolutely, Preeti, I do agree with you because I also traveled for the election coverage, and I met many, sort of people from the, across the society, and they don't believe what Uddhav Thackeray said, calling Eknath Shinde as a traitor, Gaddar. They say that many old people, I was very surprised to listen from them. They feel that they felt that Eknath Shinde is a person who takes the people's care. Eknath Shinde is person, he always accessible. Eknath Shinde looks like a very common man. They have a very different image, among their mind about the Eknath Shinde. But Uddhav Thackeray, speaking in rally, that is altogether different. So what I feel that Eknath Shinde has completely, improved, made makeover of his image in the over period of time, and that has resulted in the, massive and landslide victory of the Mahayuti. There is a mandate, there is a massive mandate the Mahayuti has got. So the contribution of the Eknath Shinde cannot be denied. He was at the helm of the,
Sudhir, and I want to bring in Rajat elsewhere, with what Sanjay Jha said. Do you think there's going to be disgruntlement among the, the cadre of Eknath Shinde and the Sainiks who will say now he's towing the line of the BJP because that is not, the core way of functioning of the Shiv Sena?
I think, Preeti ji, this is true for people for whom the concept of organizational discipline is alien. Congress belongs to that. And the entire Aghadi, the way they were more worried about the chair per se and the power calculus and less about people calculus, have suffered. And this is the reason which is being showcased right now on live television, what Sanjay ji is saying. What he's more bothered is that, the organization might, split, the UT might split because somebody X did not get the chair and Y got the chair. when you put the work at the center, the task being development of the state, self-sacrifices, individual sacrifices in the larger interest is always part of the game. And I don't understand why it is such an alien concept for the Congress cabal to understand that you need to give up. And I think this is exactly what Fadnavis did. If he strongly believes that, you know, the set of original sins that were committed by the Uddhav Thackeray camp needs to be undone, he gave up. He gave up his own chief ministerial chair and allowed, relatively a new person, a fresh face to come in and rule the state without any disturbance. Though BJP had sufficiently high numbers to actually morally claim the chair, they did not do that because they believe that there is larger interests to be served. Similarly, I believe Eknath Shinde and leaders set by example what the followers
But Rajat, at that point of time, the calling of the hour was to make Eknath Shinde. It didn't come from the goodwill of the Bharatiya Janata Party. You needed to downsize Uddhav Thackeray. Therefore, you needed an Eknath Shinde. And the sheer reason of getting him into the camp came in from that. No, that's not my personal theory.
Your personal theory.
No, Rajat, it's not my personal theory.
Further from truth as it can get.
No, that's not my personal theory. No, one second.
He never dreamt of it at that point.
No, 1 second. It was very clear that the reason why Eknath Shinde came in was and destabilized an entire government stemmed from the sheer fact you had to make him the chief minister at that point of time because ultimately you needed. Okay, one second, Rajat. This is not an argument between you and I. There are multiple political theories.
That is when the trouble comes in. If you start thinking that there was an unholy alliance and there were ideological inconsistencies.
There is 1 second, Rajat. Nobody. Okay, 1 second. It's not about an unholy alliance. It's none of that. Let me bring in Sudhir, who follows Maharashtra politics more than you and I. Sudhir, at that point of time, when Eknath Shinde was given the chief ministerial chair, was it from the sheer goodwill of the heart of BJP and discipline that he needed to be chief minister? Or that was the need of the hour? Politics demanded that you make Eknath Shinde the chief minister to downsize Uddhav.
Yes, absolutely. As you rightly said, at that time, they don't want to see the growth of the Uddhav Thackeray because Uddhav Thackeray, Shiv Sena and the BJP, they share the same ideological base, like a Hindutva Marathi base. So they don't want to see the two parties eating the same chunk of the food. They want to just same food, all food for them. So therefore they, cut to size the Uddhav Thackeray topple his government and they made Eknath Shinde as a chief minister. It was hour to them. And it was also promised to Eknath Shinde, what Eknath Shinde camp is saying, that election will be fought under his leadership, even though he was not projected as the chief minister. But once the government comes, he will be made as the chief minister of Maharashtra once again, still to 2029. But the things, the matrix of this entire politics is that BJP fought the largest number of seats, 150 something. So they won the more seats. If Eknath Shinde has contested more seats.
You cannot deny the BJP right now. And whatever happened on who became chief minister, on what grounds, Rajat, too much water has flown down the Tapi, Godavari or the Mitti, whichever one, you want to subscribe to. But I just want to quickly, viewers, as we're going to stick around with our guests, but just quickly get you up to speed with the latest that we are getting in. The visuals that you see on your television screen is from the Thane residence of the caretaker chief minister. You have Eknath Shinde, who's left his residence. He's going to be making his way to the airport, flying into the national capital. He flies in as caretaker chief minister, but will it be him? Because all indications seem to suggest, and rightfully so, that the decks are cleared for the BJP. Because after this mammoth win, can you actually deny the comeback of who was the deputy CM and was the CM before that, Devendra Fadnavis, back to the chief ministerial chair. What's also interesting in all of this is that this is not the first time that somebody who was made the chief minister is now going to take the position of a deputy chief minister, if at all, with that caveat, if at all Eknath Shinde accepts that position of deputy CM. He had a precedence right where Devendra Fadnavis was concerned, elucidated by Rajat, who's with us. Right before that, you've had the likes of Ashok Chavan or even his father when he was chief minister, and then took over the role as deputy CM. What to expect? Cutting across to our guest, but Rahul Gautam continues to be with us, who's been following Ajit Pawar. Rahul Gautam, any indications where Ajit Pawar is concerned? Because he's made it public, make Devendra Fadnavis the chief minister. He's never been comfortable working under Eknath Shinde, good working relationship with Devendra Fadnavis. But Is he firm on keeping the finance ministry? Because that would be one ministry that the BJP would want back.
Well, at this point of time, you rightly pointed out that Ajit Pawar is one man who's the junior most partner in this entire, scheme of things. So therefore, we would want, key portfolios like finance, irrigation, rural development to remain relevant, and also, to have a clout among his supporters and voters. Particularly, we have to understand that urban development might be more important for Eknath Shinde than, Ajit Pawar, because the kind of voters that he has, rural, western Maharashtra, where water is a very main issue. So therefore, he would want such, portfolios like finance, revenue. But we have to understand that there's not much space. Absolutely, yeah. But there's not much space for alliance partners, at this point of time.
There's little elbow room. And that's why, Rajat, I want to bring you back into this conversation with what Rahul Gautam says. Rahul, just coming back to you, there is very little elbow room. The rules of political engagement will have to change this time around. Do you reckon that even though he might get Deputy CM Ajit Pawar, will he still get to keep plump posts like Finance Ministry? Rajat, you're on mute.
I think it will be difficult for him to retain finance. As I said initially, for running a tight ship, especially in a coalition government, you would want the BJP would give away important portfolios other than home and finance so that they can steady the ship. And it is important. And I have been advisor to two chief ministers, and I know when a coalition pressure comes in, these two are the important ministries you want to hold closely and then give sufficient freedom to through the other ministries for both the parties to basically, do their developmental work in the areas they are stronger in. For example, the Shinde Sena would be stronger in urban-related affairs, and rural-related affairs might be given to Ajit Pawar. So that's the balancing I foresee BJP to do.
So he's going to, in all probability, keep the Deputy CM's chair, but there will be a realignment where, plump portfolios are concerned. In all probability, Ajit Pawar will need to kiss the finance ministry, which he holds very dear to his heart, goodbye for now, at least indications seem to suggest. But, Sanjay Jha, you also spoke and you touched upon the sheer fact that there is so much rancor behind the charade. But, Sanjay Jha, flip it over. Look at the Mahavikas Aghadi, because right now, from the vantage position of the Mahayuti storming through Maharashtra, the Aghadi is imploding. Look at the kind of commentary coming in. It seems, very shortly you'll have the BMC elections each to their own. They're all going to go it alone.
Well, these are always the aftermath of any defeat. It happens in all coalitions. But I want to make one point very clear, Preeti, that politicians have the memory of an elephant. They remember every word said, when, where,
or
and
of
by
a
whom.
or of a goldfish, Sanjay. It all depends what the political situation is at that point.
No. Let me tell you, when they pretend to have the memory, of a goldfish. Don't buy that at all. That is just opportunism. So when you had leaders of the Mahayuti saying that Ajit Pawar or his party inspires vomit when they sit next to him, you remember that almost resulted in a snap. I mean, there was a serious snap happening at that point of time. Till the election results came, Preeti, I know we are getting a little carried away by this very extraordinary win, etc. But
shouldn't we be, Sanjay?
Yeah, no, hang on.
Look at the mandate. Difficult not to get carried away
Even
by
I
it.
have been in politics for a long time to tell you, let's take a deep breath. Politics changes, right? We won 31 of 48 seats in the Lok Sabha. We are wiped out in the assembly. There is Delhi coming up, there's Bihar coming up. Politics comes up with all kinds of outlier developments. It's part of life. So there is no need to panic. I don't think Mahavikas Aghadi needs to panic. In politics, you don't panic. You live on optimism and faith. So let me just tell you this. The fact is that till a few days before the verdict came out, Ajit Pawar was giving enough signals to everybody concerned. I think the media knew it for sure. When he was talking about Adani, when he openly said, I don't want Modi and Shah to come campaigning on this, whole Ek Hai to Safe Hai campaign. It's pretty clear that they have no ideological compatibility. This is a hunger or a lust for
But
power.
Sanjay, fair point. Okay, no, I understand. Fair point. That could be part of political strategy. But but if you're talking about inorganic alliances, then the Maha Vikas Aghadi, I would reckon, is one of the biggest examples of inorganic alliances. And Sudhir Suryavanshi, how do you see it? Do you see Uddhav Thackeray now, because enough noise is coming in from his men as well, and we don't know how many of them are going to stay put with the alliance, possibly skipping over even the MPs of Uddhav Sena right now on shaking ground, many suggesting some of them already in touch with Eknath Shinde. On the other hand, Pawar factor completely washed aside during this election. Where do you see him? Is now Sharad Pawar going to wait it out and hope to merge back with the original NCP now, which is Ajit Pawar, or look at the Congress way and merge with the Congress?
I think it's a very tough, days and hard days ahead for the Thackeray and the Pawar. And actually, earlier the politics of Maharashtra always, go around the two pillar, Pawar and Thackeray. Now the center of the politics is completely shifting. From the Pawar, uncle to the nephew, it has shifted, and from the Uddhav to Eknath Shinde, it has shifted. Now it's very tough and hard times will be for them to really revive their decimated forces and bounce back in the Maharashtra politics. If you remember, Preeti, if the Congress slides number 3 or 4, so this is very tough for the Congress. We have seen in Uttar Pradesh, we have seen in Bihar and many states, Tamil Nadu also. It's very tough for the Congress to bounce back once again, because their forces, once they get decimated, it's very tough for them. What I feel, a couple of factors will play the role. A major part of the, Sharad Pawar faction may switch over to Ajit Pawar, and the Thackeray faction to the, Eknath Shinde. And that Sharad Pawar faction will have the two options: whether Sharad Pawar will merge his party with the Congress, or some faction break away and join the Ajit Pawar, and some faction break away and join the Congress, because still Congress is a national party. So many things will happen in the coming days. Therefore, this local body election will be again the mini state assembly election, where everybody will have to put all their effort and emerge and revive their forces. If they win BMC election, like many municipal corporation and Jilla Parishad, then things will be different for them. So I feel that the mini state assembly election will be very, very crucial. Therefore, Uddhav is asserting, saying that he will contest all seats. At least he will get a presence in across the Maharashtra. Same with the Congress and the NCP, and same with the Mahayuti alliance partner.
But the Congress in all of this, Sudhir, right now standing at just 16. But if you look at the leadership, it's been washed out, be it Mr. Thorat, be it Prithviraj Chavan, the likes of only Nana Patole and maybe some junior Congress leaders who've been able to withstand this tsunami. But, Rajat Sethi, to bring you in, the other test which is coming in, because clearly the mega test of them all has been cleared with the kind of mandate which is swept through the state of Maharashtra, but the BMC elections. Here would be a point of concern. Do you think the Mahayuti will, in terms of alliance, go it alone, party against party, or do you think there will be some kind of a pre-poll kind of alliance which will be kicked in?
Preeti ji, I have never seen in an election or post-election discussion a municipal corporation election be discussed to so much of an extent like we are doing in Maharashtra.
It's the first question I asked you, Rajat.
No, this is what I'm saying. I mean, not just your channel, but across. It seems like, this was just a small practice match, and the real match is going to be the corporation election somehow. And, this is an attempt at clutching the straws, essentially. But, nothing is going to change. Both the alliances are going to contest together in all likelihood. Neither would the Yuti want to give a signal that they could not hold on to each other's interests together in a month or 2 months from now. That would be a wrong signal. And similarly for Aghadi has no option only. They have to go together. So I believe that the two alliances will stick together, and they will, follow the coalition dharma. And of course, it's a small corporation election spread out across the state, of course. And it will happen under the shadows of the current election and the current mood in the state of Maharashtra. Nothing much is going to change. So people should not pin their hopes on this
Rajat,
corporation election, for God's sake.
I'll just suggest bite on that, because I think after Maharashtra is one state that anything can happen in a very short period of time. And a classic example is what happened during Lok Sabha and what's happened during the Vidhan Sabha elections.
But those possibilities are also over, Preeti ji, with the mandate. BJP alone can run the government quite stably.
No, fair point. All I'm just saying is, even though it's a municipal election, let's just bite on that, because we really don't know what can really go down in the state of Maharashtra. But once again, viewers, let me get you up to speed with the very latest. There's going to be a meeting at the Home Minister's residence this evening, and in all indications, what seem to suggest, everything pointing towards Devendra Fadnavis making a comeback as Chief Minister of Maharashtra. All three alliance partners will be in the national capital. Ajit Pawar has been in Delhi through the morning, and you have Devendra Fadnavis in the national capital. Eknath Shinde, that cavalcade just pulled through from Eknath Shinde's Thane residence on the way to the airport, flying into the national capital as interim caretaker chief minister. Possibly will not fly out with that understanding, because the single largest party is the Bharatiya Janata Party, and what a mandate that the BJP has got. It'll be foolhardy for them not to push for the chief ministerial chair, and it will be also foolhardy for the alliance partners in any which way to expect anything else but a BJP chief minister. And what many feel, that the time has come now for Devendra Fadnavis to reclaim what was anyway warranted to Devendra Fadnavis, where he took the position of a deputy chief minister. But let's cut across to our reporters right now. Rahul Gautam continues to be with us. Let's cut across to Amit Shah's residence, where joining me from there is Piyush. Piyush, what's the mood at Amit Shah's residence right now? Somber, but what are you picking up from the BJP camp? What can we expect today? Piyush, can you hear me? Piyush, can you hear me? A bit of an audio problem where my colleague Piyush is concerned. We're going to try and cut across where Piyush is. If we can go to Rahul Gautam, who's all right, we have Aishwarya, who's joining us right outside Amit Shah's residence. Aishwarya, what are you picking up from your BJP sources? It does seem there's going to be a clear push for Devendra Fadnavis. Everything pointing to him.
Preeti, let me give you a little caveat. One should expect anything, and that is something that actually, the BJP can actually surprise people with maybe even a third name, because that's what we are understanding at the moment. But yes, if you speak about the front runner, it is Devendra Fadnavis. He's been going to Nagpur in the past 24 hours. He's made almost 2 visits, so that's something that everyone at the moment is looking at. But one of the things, Preeti, that very clearly the entire alliance has been saying, at least in one tone, is the fact that they will accept whatever BJP top bosses, whatever BJP's top brass will say. So we will see all three of them, maybe in an hour from now, all of them walking into Amit Shah's residence. Everything will be decided, and from what we are expecting, early tomorrow morning,
where the BJP is concerned, that the power sharing this time is going to be advantage BJP, single largest party. Plum portfolios should lie with the BJP along with the chief ministerial chair. Or is there a room for negotiations? Home Ministry, something possibly Eknath Shinde would want. Ajit Pawar would hope to get finance back, but the possibility is bleak.
The possibility at the moment is bleak because, we have seen the kind of numbers that the BJP has got. They have once again become the big brother. And both these partners, NCP, Shiv Sena, they are now looking up to the BJP and saying that, whatever you decide. But yes, let me tell you, both these parties have done really well. So there is negotiation room, and both of them will also be asking for it, because now they are secure. The next 5 years for Maharashtra and for these parties are very secure. They would want to make the most of it, and also would want to make sure that personally also both these leaders, they want their graph to increase. So for that, they will obviously have a little bit of a list. But yes, overall, the idea is that whatever the top brass decides, whatever RSS BJP decide, that will be the final thing, and it will be decided tonight in the house of the Home Minister Amit Shah.
Aishwarya, we'll come back to you. Stay put. Sudhir Suryavanshi is also, with us along with our guests. But Sudhir, to bring you in, because it's a catch-22 at least, where just to delve deeper for the sake of an argument, where the Mahayuti is concerned, because the BJP would not want the Eknath Shinde faction to grow to an extent where it eclipses it in the future, because right now it's very clear where the BJP stands, which is high way above the Eknath Shinde faction. And the Eknath Shinde faction in time, not now, but in time would hope to move away from the shadow of the BJP.
See, Priti, is very crucial for the Eknath Shinde and the BJP also. As you know earlier segment rightly pointed out the BMC election, as I said also. Rajat was dismissing this. BMC is the richest civic body in the Asia. It has got more than 45,000 crore budget, and that budget is equal to the 7 states of the India. So therefore, as you said rightly, Maharashtra voter are now used to earlier the leader used to surprise them. Now voter is surprising them. That is in different way. 6 months I got different mandate. 6 months after the different mandate. After the few months there will be different mandate. We don't know what will happen exactly in Maharashtra. Therefore, survival of the Eknath Shinde and his faction, Shiv Sena, is very important. If you see in Mumbai, there are 20 seats. Out of 20, Uddhav Thackeray has got 10 seats. So at least 50% population of the voter base of the Mumbai is with Uddhav Thackeray. That no one can deny. Say Eknath Shinde will not be the chief minister, not at the helm of the government. So Uddhav will get more breathing space. Uddhav will get more Singapore relief to expand, and he can say how the Eknath Shinde was used and throw. How the they will go hammer and all with this campaign. How the Marathi Manus was used by the BJP. I think this is a very risky and tricky situation for the BJP as well, to leaving Eknath Shinde without pump portfolios. Therefore, Eknath Shinde's honor has to be maintained in the Mahayuti. Otherwise, it will send a very, very negative message within a few days of the formation of the government. So it's a very tricky situation. Because with the
it's a catch-22, tricky situation where the Mahayuti is concerned, but it's a good problem to have, Sanjay Jha, as compared to the Mahavikas Aghadi, because we did discuss what could be the roadmap ahead for all 3 alliance partners of the Mahavikas Aghadi is concerned. What do you reckon? The likes of Sharad Pawar, best to stay put where you are, try and reorganize your party, maybe align with Ajit Pawar faction, or on the other hand, merge with the Congress. The top leadership of the Congress already weak. It's an advantage there.
You know something, Preeti, in politics, everything that you said is on the table. But the first big challenge, as you rightly mentioned, I don't know why Rajat Sethi got very upset about it, is going to be the BMC election. And I think Sethi should have known that the BMC actually has a budget which is bigger than probably a dozen of the states in India. It's Mumbai city. It's not any city you're talking about. And one of the reasons why I believe Uddhav Thackeray has suffered politically is because the Mahayuti used all kinds of roadblocks and gridlocks to delay the BMC election, because they knew that Uddhav would probably have done very well. So I do believe that the BMC election is going to be the next public referendum to tell you what the people of Maharashtra or Mumbai feel about the different alliances. Trust me, Preeti, when I tell you this, I am no admirer of Mahayuti at all. I would love to see them fail. I'm being very public about it. But the truth of the matter is, this politics of Maharashtra is up in the air. You will see a lot of excitement, a lot of turbulence. Okay. We live in Mumbai.
But Sanjay, right now it's okay. You made your point. But right now it does seem as nothing short of wishful thinking, because one might say the big next referendum is going to be the BMC elections, but ultimately the BMC elections are a municipal poll. And you are coming at the back of an election on the state of Maharashtra, where the people have spoken with such clarity that to compare the two is going to be blasphemous, no matter what the verdict of the BMC elections are. We're going to leave it at that. Thank you for our guests for joining us. We're going to continue to cut across to our reporters as well. Aishwarya Rai, I beg your pardon, Aishwarya. My colleague Aishwarya, who's right outside Amit Shah's residence, and Rahul Gautam on this cold winter evening. Winter has set in. And what does this evening have in mind for the state of Maharashtra? Because Maharashtra might be a mover and shaker state, but the fate of Maharashtra is going to be decided in the national capital, especially on the person who leads Maharashtra and leads the Mahayuti government in the state. All eyes on the Home Minister Amit Shah's residence. That meeting will take place later this evening. Eknath Shinde lands at about 8:30 p.m. Will be driving all the way to the Home Minister's residence. Ajit Pawar is going to be there. Devendra Fadnavis has been in the national capital since yesterday. All indications point towards only one possibility: Devendra Fadnavis making a comeback as Chief Minister of Maharashtra.